Welcome to Primeval Predators. Today, we witness an incredible battle of survival on the unforgiving plains of the African savannah. Meet the honey badger, a creature renowned for its absolute fearlessness and incredible toughness in the face of immense danger. This small but mighty predator is constantly on the move, actively seeking out any potential meal to satisfy its hunger. Nearby, a wild hare remains completely still within the thick brush, desperately hoping to avoid the sharp senses of predators. With lightning speed and ruthless efficiency, the badger strikes its target, securing a valuable and hard-earned breakfast for the day. Holding the heavy prize firmly in its strong jaws, the victorious predator prepares to enjoy the fruits of its labor. However, three hungry cheetahs have spotted the commotion from afar, and they quickly decide to steal this perfectly good meal. Slowly and deliberately, the fast felines advance together, forming a tight circle to trap the much smaller animal right there. Realizing the imminent danger, the badger emits a low growl, fiercely refusing to surrender its precious catch without a fight. One bold cheetah reaches out with a sharp paw, trying desperately to snatch the dead hare directly from the badger. Instantly, the fearless badger snaps back violently, showing off razor-sharp teeth to intimidate the much larger and faster predator. Taking advantage of this brief distraction, the other two cheetahs move closer from behind, tightening their dangerous grip right now. Surrounded on all sides, the agile badger spins rapidly in tight circles, determined to defend its meal from every angle. A sudden lunge from one cheetah misses narrowly, as the incredibly agile badger dodges the sharp claws with pure instinct. Thick dust rises into the warm air, obscuring the chaotic struggle as these fierce animals battle intensely over the prize. Fighting back fiercely, the badger lands a painful bite on a cheetah leg, forcing the larger cat to step backward. The injured cheetah retreats slightly, snarling in deep frustration and showing a sudden hesitation toward this unexpectedly aggressive little opponent. However, another cheetah seizes this golden opportunity, clamping its strong jaws firmly onto the contested body of the dead hare. A tense physical struggle begins as both animals pull aggressively on opposite ends, refusing to surrender their claim to it. The superior weight and raw strength of the cheetah slowly drag the stubborn badger across the dry and dusty ground. Eventually, the tiny warrior is forced to release its tight grip on the hare to avoid sustaining a serious injury. The victorious cheetah holds the prize proudly in its mouth, backing away slowly to regroup with its two hungry companions. But the honey badger never gives up easily, glaring fiercely with unyielding anger at the thieves who stole its meal. In a truly shocking display of absolute bravery, the badger charges recklessly right back into the center of the group. Startled by this highly unexpected and sudden counterattack, the surprised cheetah accidentally drops the stolen hare back onto the dirt. A chaotic new skirmish erupts immediately around the dropped prize, with sharp claws and teeth flashing under the bright sun. The fearless badger slashes its long claws across the sensitive nose of an attacking cheetah, drawing a line of blood. The injured predator recoils sharply from the strike, yelping in sudden pain and shaking its head to clear the sting. Angered by the resistance, the youngest and most aggressive cheetah decides to launch a direct and forceful assault right now. The young cheetah leaps forward with great power, using its heavy front paws to forcefully pin the small badger down. The powerful cat clamps its strong jaws tightly around the back of the badger head, attempting a quick fatal blow. It seems the brave animal is doomed, but its remarkably thick and loose skin perfectly absorbs the deadly teeth impact. In a miraculous defensive maneuver, the badger twists its body completely around entirely within its own loose and rubbery skin. Having turned around, the fierce creature viciously bites back directly into the face of the shocked cheetah holding its neck. The terrified cheetah instantly releases its strong grip, leaping backward in panic to escape the ferocious and totally unexpected counterattack. Standing tall once again, the tough badger shakes the dust from its fur, appearing completely unharmed despite the deadly bite. Meanwhile, the other two cheetahs use this chaotic distraction to quickly tear into the hare, rapidly consuming the stolen meat. The brave badger finally realizes its meal is completely gone, letting out a furious roar at the feasting predators nearby. Acknowledging the severe numerical disadvantage, the smart badger begins a slow and tactical retreat while keeping eyes on the enemies. Moving backward steadily, the creature makes its way toward a raised dirt mound that contains the dark opening of safety. Having quickly finished the small hare, the still hungry cheetahs turn their predatory gaze back toward the retreating honey badger. Unsatisfied with the small snack, the three cheetahs break into a light trot, pursuing the badger across the dry scrubland. Just in time, the badger dives into its narrow den, leaving only its aggressive front half exposed to face enemies. Framed by the dirt and trance, the clever badger turns the den into an impenetrable fortress, hissing loudly at the cats. The three frustrated cheetahs surround the hole, pacing back and forth, trying to find a safe angle to attack from. Whenever a cheetah extends a paw near the entrance, the badger snaps viciously, specifically targeting their fragile and slender legs. One careless cheetah gets its claw bitten and instinctively recoils its leg immediately, clearly frightened by the relentless defensive strikes. For these incredible sprinters, their long legs are their most valuable asset for survival, and risking injury is incredibly foolish. Even a minor leg injury would mean an absolute inability to hunt, quickly leading to starvation and certain painful death. The fearless honey badger continues to growl loudly, poking its head further out of the den in a defiant challenge. Looking deeply into those dark eyes, the predators see burning determination and absolutely zero fear of their superior hunting power. The three cheetahs look at each other silently, their aggressive postures softening as they realize the futility of this fight. The youngest cheetah lets out one final frustrated hiss before slowly backing away from the dangerous and heavily fortified entrance. Following suit, the other two cheetahs also turn their backs, accepting defeat and deciding this animal is simply too dangerous. The honey badger watches the cheetahs walk away, maintaining its strong defensive stance in the den until they disappear completely. The three cheetahs walk slowly across the vast savannah, looking exhausted and significantly drained of energy from the intense encounter. The tiny stolen hare provided barely enough meat to satisfy one cat, let alone replenish the energy of all three. As the hot African sun rises higher in the sky, the intense heat further exhausts the roaming and hungry trio. Seeking a better view, one cheetah climbs gracefully onto a tall termite mound to scan the wide horizon for prey. The sharp eyes of the predator sweep across the dry grass, analyzing every subtle movement in the distance with focus. Far in the distance, a large herd of antelopes grazes peacefully, completely unaware of the hungry predators watching them closely. The scouting cheetah makes a soft chirping sound to silently signal its waiting companions about the newly discovered antelope herd. Instantly, the three cheetahs lower their bodies into the tall grass, entering full stealth mode as they stalk the antelopes. Their padded paws step silently on the dry earth, perfectly showcasing their incredible grace and highly evolved silent hunting techniques. Suddenly, the dominant male antelope lifts its head, sniffing the breeze nervously as it senses a dangerous shift approaching fast. Without warning, one cheetah explodes from the cover of grass, accelerating like a launched missile directly toward the startled herd. The entire antelope herd scatters in absolute panic, kicking up a massive cloud of dust as they sprint for survival. A spectacular high-speed chase unfolds across the open savanna, highlighting the unmatched sprinting ability of this incredible spotted predator. The sprinting cheetah locks its deadly focus entirely on a younger, slightly slower antelope that has fallen behind the group. With one precise swipe, the cheetah trips the running antelope, finally securing a substantial meal to replenish their lost energy. The three cheetahs gather around the fallen antelope, panting heavily but looking completely satisfied as they prepare to eat peacefully. Thank you for watching Primeval Predators. Nature is brutal, yet beautiful. Subscribe for more incredible wildlife encounters, and see you soon.